Joining me now to talk more about the debate over Guantanamo Bay is Lawrence Wilkerson, who served as Chief of Staff to former Secretary of State Colin Powell. Professor Wilkerson, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Earlier this week, the United States Attorney General, Eric Holder, indicated that the U.S. may be able to free Yemeni prisoners who are being held at Guantanamo Bay. That's about 91 of them, which is a significant number who are being held there. What's changed? Why hasn't this been done before?
That's a good question. In my estimation, as my former boss Colin Powell said not too long ago, Guantanamo should have been closed yesterday. I think the press conference the president recently gave was extremely disingenuous. He seemed to want to blame my party, the Republicans, and the Congress in general for holding him up on closing Guantanamo. I'm sorry, Mr. President, if you can launch a conflict with Libya without even talking to the United States Congress, where is your moral courage to close Guantanamo? In short, the President of the United States, by executive action, could close Guantanamo tomorrow morning.
Well, I just want to talk about those executive actions. He has the power, as you say, but the White House is blaming Congress for this, saying, well, they can't move them because Congress has imposed these restrictions on where they can be moved, how they can be moved, and, of course, the money that's needed to move them as well.
This is, as I said, a bit disingenuous, though, because we've got roughly 166 people left down there, 86 of whom, as I understand it, have been cleared by everyone, including probably God, in terms of being released, and yet they haven't been released. The Bush administration, my administration, released over 600 of the people at Guantanamo. There is absolutely no reason why the president, if he had the moral courage, if he had the political will to do it, couldn't close Guantanamo within a month or two and have everyone out of there.
There is political opposition within the United States, though, to moving the prisoners to facilities or prisons here in the United States.
One of the problems there, though, is the president has not been forthcoming with the American people. We have over 300 terrorists, convicted terrorists in federal prisons right now in this country. Not a one has escaped, not a one has caused a problem. The Article III court system has put them there through due process, not through some kangaroo court like exists down in Guantanamo. The process is there. The legal process, the executive process is there. All you have to do is have the courage to do it. So I sympathize with these protesters who were in front of the White House and these almost 300,000 signatures. By the way, those signatures were gathered, as I understand it, by Mo Davis, who is one of the Air Force colonels who was in charge of the tribunal process down in Guantanamo for a couple of years, and no one knows better than he how badly that process was run and how unsuccessful it's been.
Right, because most of the convictions that have taken place have actually taken place in civilian courts.
Yes.
In civilian systems.
It's 7, I think, in tribunals, 5 of which have been reversed by courts in this country.
Right.
So it's not been a very successful system.
You know, there's another dimension to the prison at Guantanamo, and that is the damage it has done to just the United States image around the world, for one, and there is some talk that, you know, it's acted as a sort of recruitment poster for extremists around the world. And I mean, right now we've got this hunger strike going on. Prisoners are being force-fed
over 130, I'm told.
Right, and a number of these prisoners are being force-fed as well. This was something that was addressed directly by
in a very draconian fashion that I think constitutes, in some cases, torture in and of itself.
Right. So how serious is the damage?
I think it's serious. I think the president, in his statement recently, reiterated all the problems, that it is recruiting terrorists against the United States. It is ruining our reputation for human rights and human dignity in the world. It is costing a lot of money, far more than a federal penitentiary system containment process would be. And it is downright violative of our judicial process. I mean, he cited all the reasons. Why then can't he close it?
Professor, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.